There is one slot left in the semifinals. Who will move on for their chance at the $1,000 grand prize? Will it be the Rams of Bangor, or the Eagles of Windham? Find out next on High School Quiz Show Maine.
Production support for High School Quiz Show Maine is provided by
Energy fuels more than homes and businesses. It fuels dreams, ideas, and growth. Unitil champions the critical thinkers and team players of tomorrow and is proud to support High School Quiz Show Maine, where learning takes center stage. It happens every day. Someone falls for a phishing scam. Cyber risk coverage from Safety Insurance is designed to help protect businesses from data breaches, ransomware, and other cyber attacks. Safety Insurance will help you manage life storms, even the cyber kind.
Since 1852, Bangor Savings Bank has been dedicated to keeping New Englanders at the heart of what they do. That means investing in communities they serve and supporting families and businesses. You matter more.
and by viewers like you. Thank you.
Welcome to High School Quiz Show Maine. I'm Todd Gutner. This is the last quarterfinal, so one of tonight's teams is just 2 wins away from the Season 9 finale. Bangor has been there 3 times in their previous 7 seasons on the show and was our Season 2 champ. Windham has made it to the semis twice in their previous 4 years on Quiz Show, but have yet to have a chance at the crown. Who will get to move on and have their chance in the semifinals? Let's get things going by meeting the teams. For Bangor, we have Elias, Rowan, Page, and Cooper, with alternates Parker and Riley, and coaches Carl Robbins and Susanna Owen. And for Windham, we have Emma, Delia, Ashlyn, and Mason, with alternates Nick and Maggie, and they're coached by John Ziegler. The competition has 4 rounds: the toss-up round, the head-to-head round, the category round, and the lightning round. We'll start with the toss-up round. All answers are worth 10 points, and this is the only round with no point deductions for wrong answers. Players must wait for me to complete the question, and if one team answers incorrectly, the other team will be given a chance to answer. Good luck, both teams. Let's get things going. A county in Florida shares its name with what large aquatic mammal that's sometimes called a sea cow? Delia.
A manatee?
A manatee is correct, yes. The big 3 automakers in the United States are Stellantis, formerly known as Chrysler, General Motors, and which historic company with headquarters in Dearborn, Michigan? Rowan?
Ford.
Ford is correct. The common name for the tendon that connects the calf to the heel refers to what hero from Greek mythology? Mason?
Achilles.
Achilles. Ariel Winter voiced the title character in what Disney animated series about a little girl who becomes a princess when her mother marries a king? Ashlyn?
Sophia the First.
Yes. Up next, we have a picture question, so please take a look at this monitor. Finish this famous opening phrase by poet Ralph Waldo Emerson. By the rude bridge that arched the flood, their flag to April's breeze unfurled. Here once the embattled farmer stood and fired what? You got in there, Mason.
Cannonballs.
Cannonballs is incorrect. Bangor, do you want to give it a shot? Go ahead, Elias.
Guns?
It's the shot heard round the world. We move on to the next question. Sir Isaac Newton defined 7 specific colors of the visible spectrum: red, orange, yellow, green, blue, violet, and which color whose name begins with the letter I? Go ahead, Elias.
Indigo.
That one is right. 2 states were admitted to the Union during the Civil War: West Virginia in 1863, and what western state in 1864? Mason?
Nevada.
Nevada, yes. In August 2025, a nuclear power plant in France had to shut down when its filters were clogged by a swarm of what creatures that have no brains, no hearts, and bodies that consist of 95% water? Go ahead, Elias.
Jellyfish.
Yeah, nice job. Diagrams that use dots to represent the valence electrons in an atom are named for what American nuclear chemist who devised them as a way to illustrate bonds in a molecule? Mason?
Lewis.
Lewis is also right. Up next is a video question, so let's take a look at that monitor again.
Hi, I'm Representative Shelley Pingree. Here's my question for you. What is the name of the American-born military officer who defected to the British side during the Revolutionary War and is also known for his march through Maine on his way to attack Quebec City in 1775?
Cooper?
Benedict Arnold.
That's right. In August 1945, the United States dropped atomic bombs on 2 cities in Japan. One was Hiroshima. What was the other? Elias?
Nagasaki.
Yes. Known for films such as The Wrong Trousers and A Close Shave, animator Nick Park created the character of a man called Wallace and his intelligent dog with what name? Delia?
Gromit.
Gromit, right. On September 11th, 2001, planes crashed into the World Trade Center in New York and what federal office building in Virginia? Ashlyn?
Pentagon.
Pentagon, yes. Which of the following architectural styles is characterized by raw, exposed concrete, heavy block-like shapes, and small windows? Art Nouveau, Brutalist, or Greek Revival? Emma?
Brutalist.
Brutalist, yes. Here's our first math question. Pencil and paper right in front of you. What is the value of 6 factorial? Elias?
720.
You got it. Nice job. First issued by the U.S. Mint in 2003, the quarter representing the state of Alabama bears a portrait of what woman from Tuscumbia, Alabama, who lost both her sight and her hearing as the result of illness when she was just 18 months old? Ashlyn? Bangor, you want to give it a shot? Go ahead, Elias.
Helen Keller.
That is the right answer, Helen Keller. From the Greek for arranged together, what 6-letter word refers to the order that words and phrases are arranged in a sentence? Delia.
Syntax.
Nice job. Syntax. What South Carolina politician who served as vice president under both John Quincy Adams and Andrew Jackson was a strong advocate for nullification, allowing individual states to override federal laws within their borders? Go ahead, Paige.
Calhoun.
That is the right answer. Professional sports teams from Pittsburgh, the Pirates, Penguins, and Steelers, all wear uniforms with what 2 predominant colors inspired by the city's official coat of arms? Ashlyn?
Yellow and black.
That is correct. Nice job. All right. What radioactive element is produced when uranium absorbs an atomic particle? This element is used in nuclear weapons and to power spacecraft. Elias?
Plutonium.
Plutonium, yes. The title of a 1970 picture book by Arnold Lobel says frog and what other animal are friends? Go ahead, Emma.
Toad.
Toad, yes. Decompression sickness, also called the bends, happens when bubbles of what gas build up in the bloodstream? Elias.
Nitrogen.
Yep. The international airport in Florence, Italy is named for what Italian explorer for whom America is named? Rowan?
Amerigo Vespucci.
That's the right answer. Lyme disease and Rocky Mountain spotted fever are transmitted through the bite of what insects? Paige?
Ticks.
Ticks is the right answer. The title of a 2023 film about Leonard Bernstein is what Italian word that is used as a term of respect for composers and conductors of music? Rowan?
Maestro.
Maestro. Ooh, that's the end of our first round. Super tight match underway. Bangor won 30 and Windham won 10. Don't go anywhere. We will meet the players when we get back. Before we go to the head-to-head round, we like to pause and get to know our players with a slightly off-the-wall question, which is, your school may already have a mascot, but if you could have your own personal mascot, what would it be and why? We'll begin with Elias and Bangor.
I'd go with a Hydra because it represents the multiple personality traits, like each of the heads. Well,
Do you have multiple personality traits?
Yes.
Okay, I'll take your word for it, Elias. Rowan, your turn.
I think an alligator would be best
Why is that?
because it's very strong.
Okay, yeah. Is it stronger than a crocodile, though?
I'm not sure.
Okay.
I think it's an even tie.
I'd like to not find out, though, right? Paige, your turn.
I'd want a bulldog because my volleyball coach always calls me a big dog.
A big dog. Yes. Yeah, bulldogs are the big ones. Yep. Yeah. Is volleyball your favorite sport?
Yes, absolutely.
Oh, sweet. Good for you. All right, Cooper, your turn.
If I could pick any mascot, I would probably pick a ram because they're the best mascots.
I see why. Thank you, Cooper from Bangor. Windham, Emma, your turn.
I think that I would do a deer just because they're really cute. Like a little doe, you know?
Okay, well, let's keep them off the roads, though, right?
Yes.
Those little cute does?
Yes.
Okay, all right, Delia.
I would go with a chickadee because let's get any bird that's not an eagle. So
You don't like eagles?
they're overused as mascots.
Oh, I see. Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
that's our school mascot, and it's like the mascot of 12 others.
You're tired of it.
Yeah.
Okay, let's get a chickadee involved then. Yeah, that's a formidable bird, by the way, a chickadee.
Yeah.
Definitely. Ashlyn.
I would say a dolphin because they really are the triple threat. I mean, they're smart, they're fun, and nobody thinks about a dolphin or looks at one and says, oh, that's an ugly thing.
Right, exactly. Yeah, they're cute. They're cute too. All right, Ashlyn, thank you. Mason, wrap this up for us.
My pet dog. Specifically my pet dog.
What type of dog is your pet dog?
Great Pyrenees. She must be immortalized.
Okay, what's the name of your pet dog?
Lainey.
Lainey? All right, I like it. Okay, how old is Lainey?
She's pushing 13.
Okay, I hope she's around a lot longer for you, Mason. The head-to-head round is next, but let's see how well you do with our viewer question of the week.
Hi, I'm Jake Cody from Bangor Savings Bank, and this is your viewer question of the week. The Wyoming, built at the Percy and Small Shipyard in Bath in 1909 and sinking off of Nantucket in 1924, was the largest wooden ship ever built. How many feet long was it from tip to tip? Keep track of your answers and tune into the semifinals for part 2 of the Viewer Question Challenge.
It's time for the head-to-head round. Players alternate facing off one-on-one right here at the desk. Correct answers are worth 10 points. Incorrect answers will cost you 10 points. We have 90 seconds on our game clock. Here we go. What 1941 Disney movie is about an elephant who can fly?
Dumbo.
Yes. On a color wheel, what secondary color consists of equal parts red and yellow?
Orange.
Orange, right. Buffalo wings are made from the meat of what animal?
Chicken.
Yes. The Warren Commission was formed in November 1963 to investigate the assassination of
JFK.
Yeah. What American inventor was nicknamed the Wizard of Menlo Park?
Edison.
You got it. What term for a severe type of headache comes from the Greek words for?
Migraine.
Yes. In geometry, what term is used for an angle measuring more than 90 degrees?
Obtuse.
You got it. Of the 3 branches of the U.S. government, which one includes the U.S. Supreme Court?
Judicial.
That's right. Dating back to the Revolutionary War, the Gadsden flag has an image of what reptile at its center?
Snake.
Yep, we'll take it. Arlington and Alexandria are Washington, D.C. suburbs located in which state?
Maryland.
Incorrect, Virginia. The primary veins in the neck that carry blood from the brain to the heart are known by what name? Jugular veins. What Latin word that means truth is found in the mottos of both Harvard and Yale universities? Veritas. The 1936 Nobel Prize in Literature was awarded to what American playwright whose works include Morning Becomes Electra? Eugene O'Neill. That's the end of our round. We've got a tie right now. Bangor 160, Windham 160. The category round is next. Don't go away.
Production support for High School Quiz Show Maine is provided by
the Worthington Scholarship Foundation, dedicated to the success of Maine students by providing scholarships and personalized support throughout their college journeys. Learn more at worthingtonscholars.org.
The custodians clean the schools, we drive the buses, we get the fields ready to go. I've learned over the years that becoming involved with MEA makes a big difference. It takes everybody's collective voice to make a change. My name is Jay Nicholson, and I am MEA.
And by viewers like you. Thank you.
Next up is the category round with the following choices: Guess Who, Axis and Allies, Sorry, Twister, Ticket to Ride, and Board Games. Each team will alternate control of 2 categories. Questions have increasing point values. With each question, they can choose to answer and either gain or lose points. They can skip it and neither gain nor lose points. Or once per category, they can toss and force the other team to answers. Players will have 5 seconds to confer and decide what to do. We are in a tie, so we flipped a coin. Bangor, you won. Paige, you get to choose first. What's your category going to be?
We'll take Axis and Allies.
Axis and Allies. These are questions in this category that relate to World War II. Here's the first one for 10. The Axis powers of World War II were 3 nations that signed the Tripartite Pact, promising each other military support. 2 of them were Germany and Japan. What was the third?
Italy.
Italy is correct. Axis and Allies for 15. Germany's invasion of what country on September 1st, 1939 caused Britain and France to declare war on Germany?
Poland.
Poland, yes. Axis and Allies for 20. On what infamous date did the Japanese attack on Pearl Harbor take place? Your answer must include the month, the day, and the year. What do you think, Paige?
December 7th, 1941.
You got it. Nice work as a team. Great job. Axis and Allies for 25. Before the U.S. officially entered World War II, it started a program to provide weapons to Britain that would be returned after the war was over. What is the 2-word alliterative name for this program?
Lend-Lease.
Yes. Axis and Allies for 30, the last one. In January 1943, Franklin Delano Roosevelt and Winston Churchill met in what city in Morocco to discuss the Allies' strategy to achieve unconditional surrender by the Axis powers?
Casablanca.
That is correct. Nice job in that category. All right, we're going to head over to Windham now. Delia, what's your first category going to be?
Guess who?
Guess who?
Guess who? These will be questions about real people portrayed in plays and musicals. Here's the first one. In the Broadway musical Hamilton, what character, who would become the 3rd president of the United States, shows up at the start of Act 2 and sings a song called What I Miss?
Thomas Jefferson.
That's right. Guess who for 15? Don't Cry for Me, Argentina is a signature song from what stage musical about the woman who was the First Lady of Argentina from 1946 to 1952?
Evita.
Evita, yes. Guess who for 20? Jane Seymour and Anne Boleyn are 15th century queens that were given a 21st century update in what musical about the wives of King Henry VIII?
6.
6, yes. Guess who for 25? The Laramie Project is a stage play based on the life of what University of Wyoming student who died as the result of a hate crime in 1998?
Skip.
You want to skip it? The answer is Matthew Shepard. Here's the last one in Guess Who? Barbra Streisand starred in the original Broadway production of what musical based on the life of vaudeville performer and comedian Fanny Brice?
Funny Girl.
Funny Girl, you got it. Nice job in that category, Windham. All right, we're back over to Bangor. Paige, what's your second category?
Ticket to Ride.
Ticket to Ride. Let's see. These are questions about places you can travel to by train. Let's get going. A cog railway travels up a steep incline to an elevation of 14,115 feet at the summit of Pikes Peak in which U.S. state?
Colorado.
That is right, Colorado. Ticket to Ride for 15. Amtrak's Downeaster route makes a stop in what seaside town in Maine that is home to the historic Palace Playland amusement park?
Bar Harbor.
Incorrect, Old Orchard Beach. Ticket to Ride for 20. The world's highest altitude railway runs from the city of Xining in China to what city that is the historic capital of Tibet?
Skip.
Skip. The answer is Lhasa. Lhasa. Ticket to Ride 25. The first countrywide rail system in Latin America opened in 1837 to serve the sugar industry on what large Spanish-speaking Caribbean island? Today, that island country's train system runs from Pinar del Rio in the west to Guantanamo in the east.
Cuba.
Cuba's the right answer. Ticket to Ride for 30. A high-speed railway in Saudi Arabia was built to travel a 281.5-mile route between Mecca and which other Muslim holy city?
Medina.
That is also right. Nice job. All right, we're back over to Windham. Delia.
Board games.
Board games. This category is all about famous board games. Here's the first one for 10. What classic board game updated its community chest cards with new messages like blasting music late at night, your neighbors do not approve, go to jail, do not pass go, do not collect $200?
Monopoly.
Monopoly is right. Here's board games for 15. A strategy game that originated in China thousands of years ago involves two players placing black and white stones on a board to capture territory. It's called Wei Chi in China and Baduk in Korea. In the U.S., it's most commonly known by what two-letter name?
Skip.
Skip. The answer is go. The answer is go. Board games for 20. In a famous speech from 1952, Richard Nixon mentions his family dog who had the same name as a classic board game. What is that name?
Checkers.
Checkers, right. Board games for 25. What Russian chess player who became world champion at age 22 in 1985 wrote the book How Life Imitates Chess and is now a political activist and commentator?
Skip.
You want to skip? The answer is Kasparov, Garry Kasparov. And the last one in board games, this will be for 30. The Latin word for farmer is also the name of what award-winning board game that involves building a farm like a 17th century landholder?
Catan.
That's incorrect. It's Agricola. Agricola. All right, that wraps up our category round. We have a score of Bangor 310, Windham 235, but everything can change in that lightning round, so sit tight. We'll be right back. Okay, we're heading into the final 90 seconds of gameplay, the lightning round. Players, you do not have to wait for me to finish the question. You can buzz in anytime, but do not answer until I call your name. You get 20 points for each correct answer. Incorrect answers will cost you 20, and the other team does not get the chance to answer. The clock is set. I wish you both good luck. Here we go. According to the nursery rhyme, who sat on a wall and had Paige?
Dumpty.
Yes. Olivia Rodrigo's first #1 hit was what song about Go ahead, Paige.
Driver's license.
That's also right. Zambia and Zimbabwe, both are countries on which continent?
Africa.
Rowan, yes. In 1983, who became the first American woman to travel into space? Mason.
Sally Ride.
Yep. What ancient civilization of Guatemala devised a 365-day solar calendar known as the Hob calendar? Delia.
Mayan.
Yes. What is the name of Charlie Brown's dog in the Peanuts? Paige.
Snoopy.
Snoopy. Who was both the 22nd and 24th? Elias.
Over Cleveland.
That's right. What 605-foot tall tower in Seattle was built for the Mason?
Mason Knoll.
That's right. The temperature above which a gas cannot become a liquid at any pressure is known as what point? Critical point. What city in the Netherlands that is not Amsterdam is the
Hague.
Incorrect. Rotterdam. What is the primary unit of currency in India? Mason.
The rupee.
Yes. In the DC Comics universe, Aquaman is the ruler of what underwater? Go ahead,
Atlantis.
Mason. Yes, Atlantis. The reverse side of U.S. $1 bill shows an eye at the top of what kind of structure?
Pyramid.
Mason. Pyramid. What is the name of the first U.S. space station that launched in 1970?
Skylab.
That's right. What Italian term that means in the chapel style refers to singing without instrumental accompaniment? I think we got that in there. Am I right, judges? Go ahead, Ashlyn.
Acapella.
Acapella is correct. Our winning team is Bangor with 410 points. They'll be moving on to the finals. Windham, awesome comeback there. You had 375 points. Congratulations to both of you. We move to the semifinals, which will see Westbrook take on Bangor, followed by Falmouth taking on Yarmouth. These teams are just one win away from the Season 9 final. Be sure to tune in next time to see who moves on. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time on High School Quiz Show Maine.
Production support for High School Quiz Show Maine is provided by
Energy fuels more than homes and businesses. It fuels dreams, ideas, and growth. Unitil champions the critical thinkers and team players of tomorrow and is proud to support High School Quiz Show Maine, where learning takes center stage. Welcome to another edition of New England Survivalists, the game we all get to play. Prepare to win. You can ask an independent agent about safety insurance and learn more at the Resource Center at safetyinsurance.com.
Since 1852, Bangor Savings Bank has been dedicated to keeping New Englanders at the heart of what they do. That means investing in communities they serve and supporting families and businesses. You matter more.
and by viewers like you. Thank you.